Yeah, he played towards the back end of the 18 season last season, and certainly growing confident that, like I said, before kick-off on Saturday, despite a 4-3 defeat to Sheffield Wednesday, Higgs made a string of phenomenal saves to keep City in it. Really good with distribution, really good with communication. So really look forward to seeing what he does in stepping up to the 21s today.
Back now to the Sheffield United keeper and just passed around the defence here, despite the one-man press by Luke Pearce.
City certainly showing a bit of patience early on this opening 5 minutes in terms of maybe not pressing too high, only sending Pearce up there. But you can see the midfielders wanting to get forward, leaving Cody 2 sort of in that holding role. I'm sure throughout the game we'll see the likes of Will Spears and Jack Thomas push forward more.
It's the type of players that they are, aren't they? Just defensively minded, but very much effective going forwards on both sides. Will, of course, joining the first team during their pre-season tour in Spain. Here come the Bluebirds. Got out in the end. Just on the far side. Sheffield United throw in. It goes long and into the City half. Good layoff play there, and foul committed by Jack Thomas, just making sure that that didn't get out of hand too quickly.
Don't think there could be any complaints about that one early on, but again, spotting danger, Jack Thomas just goes, reads it, makes sure it's cut out at the source. Yes, giving away a free kick, but another chance for City to defend from a set piece.
Smart move from the Blades, really. Just allows DeBono getting kind of tangled up, held up there, not quite able to go in for the ball, doesn't want to commit the foul, and is played forward, leaving Jack Thomas in a bit of a foot race. And comes free kick. It's an in-swinger, headed across goal, and perhaps it should have been sent towards the back of the net. You would feel very unselfishly there at the back post. Higgs somewhat unable to really impose himself there as he'd have liked, but nonetheless it's let off here, but the pressure does continue. Foul committed, however, on DeBono. Does just enough, I think.
Yeah, good spell of pressure there from Sheffield United. A couple of dangerous crosses. City get their luck though. Push on DeBono. They'll certainly want to just tidy those set pieces up as the game continues.
Looked a foul from here, to be honest, and just judging by Will still being on the ground, it seemed to perhaps have left something on him, but nonetheless Sheffield United coming forward here and do win a corner kick. Replay will have it, of course. No contact on the ball with the challenge there, a bit of a push as well.
Yeah, I can see the arms of the Sheffield United player coming out, clearly a push, and Will Spears is not the kind to stay down for long unless he's hurt, so looks to be okay, but yeah, an odd decision not to give a foul there.
Nonetheless, of course, City defensively remaining switched on there, playing the whistle wisely. while we wait for play to resume, just the teams again here. Danny Higgs in goal. Will Spears currently receiving treatment, looks to be getting back up on his feet. Jack Thomas, Cody Twos, Gabriel Keita, Elias De Bono, Trey George, number 8 Troy Perrott, skipper number 9 Luke Pearce, 10 Rob Tankovic, and 11 Jake Davis. Let's be getting back underway here. Corner kick is long and low, but dispossessed here as City look to break on the counter. It's a 2v1. Played it through towards Pearce. Well worked pass, but Tankovic certainly fouled there at the end of it. Really good intent, I think, from the Bluebirds, and yeah, that's a very late challenge coming in. Deserved of a yellow card.
Yeah, Evan Easton picking up that yellow card for Sheffield United. Again, we talked about Jack Thomas needing to make a tackle. That's probably one Easton needed to make there, but really good forward thinking from Rob Tankovic there to get forward and put City on the front foot.
Now, Sean, obviously you've covered more on the 18s fixtures than I have. What can you tell me about Rob Tankovic?
A very exciting player. Someone who came into the 18 system quite young, but straight away his ability was there for everyone to see. In his debut, scoring 2 in a 5-2 win over Swansea City, always a good way to start your development career, and a very deserved call up to the under-21s, and definitely a very exciting prospect.
I look forward to watching him develop this season. Hopefully a similar story to what we've seen with Manny Barton last campaign. City win it back nicely there on this far side. Held up, looks to be a pulled shirt in there, but nonetheless, it's a good offload towards Tankovic. And he goes back across towards Pearce. Skipper not quite able to touch on his first time, but does run it out wide. Now here comes the cross in towards the back post. Tankovic again holds it up, keeps it in play. Back to Spears it goes. Wisely back to Keita. Now here comes that in-swinging cross. Headed away and cleared, and now perhaps a chance. Full base to counter. It is cut out. That long ball by De Bono, however. Well done, and back to Higgs we go. Opts for the long option. I think Pearce perhaps slightly offside. Decides not to run for it wisely.
That was really good movement from City when the ball goes over to Pearce on the far side. We talked about them being patient, but as soon as he picked up the ball out there on the byline, we had 4 City players in the box ready for a cross. It was Tankovic who headed back across, and Will Spears couldn't quite bring it back under control. But we talk about patiently, but when they are ready to pounce, this City team are ready to do so.
Precisely that, and getting a round of applause there quickly from Coach Matt Bloxham. Now here comes the throw in on this near side. You'd expect him to go long. Sam Aston does so into the box, but it's headed away by Keita. Here comes the cross in again. Higgs is up, catches it nicely. Well read by the keeper, it's got to be said. Goes for a long option with his hand, however. Nice throw. Tankovic perhaps a little rashly going for the pass right away there without taking the touch. But nonetheless, it's great intent from him. He's looked ahead and seen Trey George was there ready for it.
And what we're seeing with Rob Tankovic early on, he's settling into that midfield now, but he can also play on the wing and even play up front if you need him to. A very versatile player. And as he goes through the under-18s and the 21s, maybe we can see him master one position, but it's good this early on in a career to be able to play so many different positions.
Yeah, certainly that, and to be able to Hopefully show that versatility at a higher level as well, and not only where you're comfortable. That's a throw in. Jack Thomas goes back to De Bono. In turn to Higgs. Cater on this near side now. Tankovic looks to hold it up, but a bit of pressure on him, and the touch is a little heavy, and it's at the feet now of keeper Thomas Betts, Sheffield United. Is it straight ahead? Little triangles from the Blades. Bit of space in the midfield, and he's found there on this near side. The press is there by Trey George. Foul committed, however. Sheffield United quickly get it back underway and spread out towards that far side. Now in we come to the centre of the park. Down towards this near side. But one quickly by Spears. Seems to get tangled under his own touch there a little.
That was unlucky from Spears. You can see Pearce was making room, but couldn't quite find him. But you feel like City have just upped the tempo a little bit. The pressing is being triggered a little more consistently now. And while Sheffield United try and knock it around, this might suit the Bluebirds.
Now here's another go of that cross-field kick. Tankovic so willing to give that a go, isn't he? I think it's from right to left, from near to far. Not quite worked out this time, however.
You can see the wingers, especially Jake Davis, is ready to make that run. If they can just connect once, you feel like City could create a real opening for themselves.
And here's an opening for the Blades, however. The ball is ran towards Higgs. He's comfortable now, just the ball at his feet. Options around him. Opts for De Bono. Back to Higgs at the back. Still options. Not much of a press, but red shirts are getting closer as City finally decide to get that ball forward. Now Tankovic holds off his man well. Finds George in space right near the halfway line. And again, that incisive ball forward. It's not quite come off, but it's demanded a good intercepting clearance there. Thomas quickly throws it forwards into the area. Pearce not quite able to latch onto it, however. Now they clear towards the halfway line. City again with the ball at their feet. Tankovic this time. Cliff ball there, down towards that far side, Davis. Into Perrott. Perrott to Tankovic. Tankovic takes a shot on. Does go just wide. But promising stuff here going forward from City, and a good attempt on goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's quick movement. Players moving around, quick ball, quick passing. Space that eventually opens up for Tankovic, and definitely no harm in trying a shot from there. Just wide, but again, no boost confidence amongst City ranks.
Tankovic knows that he wants to take the shot on as soon as he's getting that ball to his feet. He's looking up towards the goal. Real bank of red shirts there in the way. Would have demanded a lot for that to be scored, you would think. Now United look to break the City press. It's a little sloppy, but down the line it goes on this far side. Jack Thomas holding up his man well. Slayed off, and again. And once more now into their own half. Now Julie Biabu. Back and around we go. Waiting for the Sheffield United number 3 to get back on his feet. He does so. Adbona rushes across well. Gets the ball forwards. But it is won quickly back by the Blades. Shot taken on from the edge of the area, but it's a good block in the end. My blue shirt Back to the halfway line again we go. Chance for both sides to reset in their position. That's a ball right down the middle there. Tankovic does what he can to get across. Foul given, however. For a foul, I believe, by Cody Twos. Yeah, certainly is.
I did think the referee, when he played advantage, that Sheffield United were going to look for the ball out wide, but no, wanted the free kick, and understandably so from what can be a dangerous distance.
Yeah, nothing ruling out a direct attempt on goal here. City's defenders, of course, will have to just maintain a really tight line at the edge of the box they've opted for. Higgs just marshalling that wall. Sam Aston takes it right-footed. Wow, held up in the end by Higgs. It looked like tips of his fingers, really. And manages to catch it at the end. Fair play to the keeper.
It was a bit of a sigh of relief. It did look dangerous, but I had Higgs at full stretch and managed to get it under control when it mattered.
Really did, yeah. It was a dangerous shot ultimately, but in Higgs' locker, certainly. Now City with the ball at their feet on this far side. Throw in to the Bluebirds. Well done by Higgs there. I think he's pushed it onto his crossbar before catching. Now the keeper's got the ball at his feet. Keita just cuts back after going forward a few yards. And on we go to De Bono. Just a pocket of space there, found by Twos. Free to operate within it before laying off to Spears, who goes across to his counterpart on the far side, Jack Thomas, now forwards. Edge of the box stuff here now. Quick 1-2. Oh, the linesman's flag is up, unfortunately. It looked a bit offside initially.
I'd like to see who was offside there. It was a really good initial overhead kick and really good play here from Davis on the wing.
Certainly an improvised overhead kick, wasn't it? Yeah, just good 1-2 stuff here. Look at that space that he's created with the run. Jake Davis. Nonetheless, it is chalked off.
Yeah. I actually think it may have been Troy Parrott who put the ball into the net from Luke Pearce's overhead kick, but wasn't to be.
Again, though, easily the clearest cut chance of the match so far, the biggest one, going in City's favour. Throw in headed away by De Bono. Another rewarded to Sheffield United. Over on the far side, and in it comes. Long and into the area. Higgs is switched on to it though, rushes out. Outstretched hands. Claims it well before laying off down to Spears. Another one of those cross-field kicks, and here we have Jake Davis running onto it. Gets it. Holding up nicely now on the goal line, and into the area he comes, but it is cleared away. Perhaps a little heavier than Jake would have liked with the touch following that turn.
There's no surprise that the outlet is Jake Davis. We've seen what he can do last season, and he can take that step up this season, it'll be another brilliant campaign for him.
Back in the middle of the pack we are, with so much of the action has been this afternoon. That's a good press by Luke Pearce there, so close to winning that 50-50.
It's what he's done a lot this game so far in this opening 25 minutes. Luke Pearce pushing from the front, and his teammates follow with him. If he keeps working like that, one will come off for him.
It's a lot of hard running, isn't it, as well? You'd think in these conditions especially, it's about 29, 30-ish degrees, I think.
Yeah, rather him than me, I could tell him that.
On this side, coming together there. Oh, and that looked... It's a bit of a pull on the shirt, but I'm not entirely certain about the force behind it. Gillespie, it's got to be said, has been a bit of a handful on this near side so far. Done well when going forwards. A bit of a battle between himself and Will Spears. Two-man wall now from this free kick. Higgs again switched on, it seems, between the posts. It becomes, whether that came off a head or a glove, I don't mind. It was a good clearance by the Bluebirds. And a foul given against the keeper. Rushing out, really just trying to dominate his area, isn't he?
Yeah, and you can see from the replay, he's very quick. Decision making is lightning quick. And we'll say he got a punch onto that to give him credit, and then obviously a clear foul there as he tries to rush to get the ball out again. But it's been a good solid start for Dan Higgs. I did think Pearce kept that in there, but the assistant disagrees with me.
Yeah, not the first time that I think Luke Pearce has been remonstrating with this official, but there we are. The whistle has blown, deemed to have gone out.
We have got Dan Higgs down, but dare I say I don't think he's hurt. More maybe a tactical injury more than anything else.
Well, yeah, let's hope it's just a knock, if anything. Perhaps from the foul earlier. Physio's not in a rush to get out to see him, as it were. They weren't running out, but nonetheless they are seeing to him.
An opportunity for everyone else to take on some refreshments in, well, as we said, before kick-off, an extremely warm day here.
Now here's that disallowed goal again, I believe. Just held up nicely between Davis and Perrott.
Well, from that angle there, I think the number 5 Sheffield United might be playing him onside.
Of course, yeah, difficult to tell without the perfect line angle, but nonetheless contentious.
Definitely a tight decision. If I'm trying to give the assistants any bit of credit, it is a difficult one, but I'd like to see that again. Well, that's been the best chance of the game so far for either side. I think City have definitely grown into the game, but Sheffield United always carrying a threat. It's never easy whenever any Sheffield United team comes down to the capital, and this team are no different.
Precisely that, and good news for us and those watching at home, of course, of a Cardiff City persuasion. Danny Higgs is back on his feet. Now 15 minutes or so following a mini water break there. And we restart. With a throw in on this near side. Abu sends it high and long. City now have the ball at their feet though. Will Spears clips it forwards. It's pulled back by the referee. Foul on Spears.
Yeah, just a late one there, but certainly a foul, and an opportunity for City to test Sheffield United from a set piece. As I say that, I guess kick back straight away to the defenders.
Of course, it's as you say it. Typical, but here we go. That's well won and cleared now towards the halfway line. Though Jack Thomas gets ahead to send it forward again. Head tennis. And DeBono on the back line has just got the ball now. Comfortable. Goes back towards Dan Higgs. And clips it forward. Appears certainly onside this time, but just the run of the ball, the way it's bounced, just not quite into his path, unfortunately. But great idea between Higgs and Pearce combined there. And a foul on that far side immediately on Jack Thomas.
Very unlucky from Pearce. A really good pick out from Danny Higgs there. Pearson, a lot of space down the middle, but just couldn't quite get that first touch down. But he was in, and if you and banked on him, if you got that touch right, City could well be 1-0 up by now.
Yeah, you'd certainly fancy him in that kind of position. That's exactly the kind of thing that he trains in preparation for. Now, not a foul given, but what a great tackle that is in response to being tackled himself there. Cody Two's just back up on his feet right away. Stops, well, cuts out a really dangerous scenario there. Here's that pass, as we can see. It's just not quite bounced as he'd have liked.
Big save from Dan Higgs there. There's a couple of loose touches from City recently, but a tenacity from Cody Two's in that first one. A really good stop from Danny Higgs there, just sticking a leg out, making sure the scores stay level.
Of course, and here is that replay, as you said, Sean, just a little sloppier than they'd have liked. Looks set through really, doesn't he, for a good finish. Takes his time to try and place it well, but Higgs has just made himself big enough, puts a foot on it. Though the Blades are decidedly on the front foot for the last minute or so, as they reset and look to go forward into this final 33rd, though it's loose again, and Jack Thomas just plays it forwards. Well worked now by Troy Parrott, brings in two red shirts around him, freeing up a bit of space. But the press has been triggered, and Bono can only clear so far. As Bayubu, it's coming together again there. A proper battle between the two this afternoon.
Some really good work from Will Spears initially, just to stick with Bayubu, marshalling the ball out well, and then eventually winning the foul. But as we said, a really good battle between two really good players so far.
Of course, that's the referee just has words with both, I think. They're a bit of a coming together after the fact there. Yeah, a bit of a push between the two, isn't it?
That's nothing more than that. No need for any cards or anything.
Indicative perhaps of the area of the pitch that they have been sharing in that relationship. Free kick though for City, he's taken short. Higgs now finds Keita on the near side. Headed around in the middle of the park, brought down now. And back to bets we go.
Bit of a loose clearance from Betts there, now City to regain the ball from the throw-in, and once again building up from the back. That ball again being tested out to Davis. We know the speed Davis has, just he can just latch onto one. That might be all City need.
Precisely that, it's such fine margins, isn't it? Likewise with the disallowed goal.
There's no doubt that Sheffield United have certainly taken things up a gear themselves. A bit more pressure on the City back line. But the Bluebirds holding out well.
Of course, yeah, as they are winning the ball here with a good press. And how's that for a finish by Troy Perrott? Great press there, just aptly rewarded, and the Bluebirds lead against the run of play, it must be said. The press had just come off so well, and Troy looks to have feinted it on the right before cutting back onto the left and placing it. It's a postage stamp delivery, isn't it?
Yeah, after having the goal ruled out, great way for Troy Perrott to respond. Takes his time, shifts it, and an excellent finish into the top corner.
Just as it looks as though he may have been a little indecisive in picking who to pass out to, he decides to take it on himself. There's no stopping that one. What a way to get your first goal of the season in this league campaign anyway. Press again from Pearce, however, just doesn't stop.
No, I think there's a tendency with strikers, obviously, to see the amount of goals they've got, but you see the work Luke Pearce is putting in here, and that's why he's captaining the side. You can see just the determination from him, and he drags everyone else forward with him. A really good, really strong first half from the captain so far.
Exactly that. He's not had the rewards personally for it, has he? But nonetheless, here's another chance for the Bluebirds. And run out for a corner kick. Nicely done again. Trey George is so tricky with the ball at his feet, isn't he?
And you can see just what confidence can do, what a goal can do for a team, and straight away, a City team up and at them at the Sheffield United defence, who look maybe a little just asking questions of themselves. The City will hopefully provide some answers.
That's going to be an in-swinging corner kick, it looks like. That is well claimed by Thomas Betts, with Elias Tabono just behind for a free header. Otherwise it looked as though. Claims for a yellow card from the bench there, but nothing given by the referee.
It's another one of those tactical fouls I think we've seen a lot of already this game, but yeah, I think maybe if there's 10 minutes before the end, maybe the referee gives a yellow card for that, but doesn't deem it appropriate for now.
No, and I think that leniency is always better, I think, at this level. Under 21s football, you don't want to be dishing out cards left, right and centre, especially, as you say, Sean, in the first half. Just over 5 minutes to go, however. And the latest edition of the melee between these two. Spears has come out on top.
Really good work from Spears there, and the ball is out now, maybe for Jake Davis, they can find him, but back to Jack Thomas. But there's options. As soon as City win that ball in the defensive area, there are options ready to attack.
Going long now, Higgs. Just over the halfway line. Looking for Spears, but perhaps a little too much for the right back. Nobuyubu with another long throw in. Kato wins the header. Twos has come back, just dipped in nicely to find Higgs there. Just marshalling the players around him, giving himself the option before clipping it long. Now Pierce just knowing where the ball will be, just runs it blindly really well there and holding it up now. Wins a throw in.
Some really good work from Pierce yet again. And you see when he gets the touch right, which is what he can do. Just missed out on the one about 5 minutes earlier, but this one gets it, and look where City are now in a really promising position.
Exactly that. That Sheffield United player has gone down, seemingly in need of treatment. The referee signalled for the physio to come on. Hopefully everything all right, but he does seem to be in some degree of discomfort here.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened there, but here's the goal again. Yeah, you think he's going to pass it through to Trey George perhaps, but some really good patience from Troy Parrott and a fine finish into the top corner.
He won't see many better placed than that from where he's taken it, and with the limited amount of space that he's had to create for himself to pull that one off. Now another chance just for quick respite before the half-time break, but plenty of towels and water as well.
Yeah, no letting up from the sun so far. Still absolutely baking.
Now here we have it on the replay, just that Pierce just knew where the ball would be behind him without having to turn and look. Just measured the pass well enough. He's able to be in that right position to hold it up, winning the throw-in.
That is what he's done all half, and he's done it really, really well throughout. It'll be very pleasing for the coaching staff as well to see their striker doing the work that maybe not all strikers do, but you can just see the array of talent that Pierce has at his disposal.
It's not just that, it's obviously the willingness as well, isn't it, to properly apply himself, and I think that having the captain's armband is certainly a contributing factor there.
I can see what it's doing to the whole team as well. Everyone has the same ethos in terms of that determination, that never give up attitude. And it served City really well in this opening half of the season.
And Will Spears goes for the throw-in. Finds George. Back to Keita and to Bono, now on the halfway line. Takes that extra touch and left-footed, puts it forward towards Pierce, who's dropped in nicely, and here's that incisive ball forwards by Tuzi. Parrott looking for his second there, but it's just a little too much, but a really nice idea, proper incisive play into the area.
Yeah, it may not always come off, but it's just the ideas, it's that know-how of where your teammates are going to be, and City have shown a really good attitude towards that in this first half.
Pierce again there, just hassling. As is George, he runs through the pass, back to Betts. Clips it long. Keita now just plays it forward deftly. And back to De Bono. No rush to play forward or hold the ball there. Higgs himself clicks it forward, perhaps a little prematurely. But again, oh, it's saved this time from the goal kick by Betts. There's the press. And Spears. On Buyabu. It's well done there, that press. A bit of a collision perhaps there. Hopefully all is well. Twos initially perhaps took a bit of a knock.
Yeah, he went down holding his head, maybe De Bono, maybe a little clip on his way through, but
yeah, looked that way. Luckily back up quite quickly. Back to Higgs we go. Goes towards the far side into Bono there. Right foot, and that's almost, if not just the finest margin it seems there between being cut out and playing through Pearce again.
I feel like we've said the word almost a lot in this half. It's almost come off for Cardiff City on a number of occasions in this first period, but if they carry on like this during the second half, there will be more openings, I'm sure.
Of course, and yeah, turn those almost into certainties, isn't it? Just fine margins again. But City certainly can be pleased to be leading at the break as they look to just see this one out. Not sure exactly how much they'll be added on in stoppages as we reach 45 minutes played. Another clip ball. It's worked out this time. No inside the area. JT, just a ball put a bit behind him, but ooh, that is close. Feel that perhaps that the ball into him was just a little behind where he would have liked it to be to strike at the first time. It's a good turn from him.
I was convinced that nestled into the bottom corner, but we've said it all half. If they can get the ball to Jake Davis in a bit of space, there will be a chance, and he's got onto this one. Nice little ball through to Luke Pearce. I thought might have taken on himself, maybe a penalty, but some good play from. Opens up for himself, and it's so close. Jack Thomas.
Yeah, and Thomas, of course, notably a defensive player, being able to do that kind of turn and twist there. Just resets himself, creates a space to be able to put it on his left foot again. That preferred left foot. One would think that was a very narrow call. Certainly looked it from here.
But again, really good work from both Pearce and Davis there to create the opportunity.
Now Spears have it again. And forward to Pearce. Across the face of goal perhaps. That's cut out nicely before Parrott can link up with it. Out this near side. Clearance is not good. City have it again. Will Spears on his right. Down to George. Twos again. And that's half-time called here in Leckwith with the score in this under-21s PDL fixture. Cardiff City 1, Sheffield United 0. Sean, just walk us through what do you think the talk will be about during the half-time break here?
I think most of it will be just carry on doing the same as you have been. You know, we've seen the balls out wide being a really good option for City so far. Trey George, Robert Tankovic, Jake Davis have been really good outlets for City. Luke Pearce has always been a very, very good option when the ball goes forward. And I think the coaching staff will be telling him same again. I don't think Gabby Cater and Elias DeBono have been tested too much in the back line, and when Dan Higgs has been called upon, he has delivered so far. So you'd imagine the message from the likes of Darren Pearce and Matt Bloxham is same again, boys, because that was a really, really solid half from the Bluebirds.
Lind will catch you in around 10-15 minutes or so. We'll see you after the break. Good afternoon and welcome back to Cardiff City TV for the second half of this under-21s PDL fixture between the Bluebirds and Sheffield United. For those just tuning in, for half-time, 1-0 to the Bluebirds thanks to Troy Perrett's rather wonderful opener, it's got to be said. My name's Tom Hopkins and I'm joined this afternoon by Sean Misra. Sean, how are you feeling about this second half here? Great conditions, perhaps for viewers. Those at home, not so much perhaps if you're on the pitch in this heat.
Yeah, definitely not. But if you're of a City perspective, I think you head into this second half full of confidence after this great goal by Troy Parrott there to put City ahead. But it's been a very open game. I think both sides have had really good spells of possession, really good spells of pressing. But I think City created more of the chances, had the better of the opportunities, and yeah, definitely some strength off the bench as well, with the likes of Manny Barton ready to be called upon if needed. But overall, I think if you're of Bluebirds persuasion, definitely feel confident heading into the second period.
Not long now, seconds to go. We'll be underway with Sheffield United kicking off. Referee not quite satisfied there for whatever reason. And away we go again. Plenty of talking points in that first half. Never know what 45 minutes of football will bring, but judged by the first half, expect plenty more chances. Now just quick back and forth between keepers to kick off this second half. Comes Betts, clips it towards his near side. Out for a City throw in.
There seems to be no changes for either side as well at half time, so it's all as you were from the first half.
DeBono goes long. Pearce goes up for it, and on the second, commits a foul. Seems to have certainly gone for the ball, perhaps got a bit more than he'd liked. Simple enough call, however, for the referee. And Thomas there, perhaps overrunning, but Davis on hand to win it back. Parrott looks to go forward, but his toe only manages to find a red shirt. For it's now cleared out deep in the City half by Jack Thomas for a throw-in. Now these early moments, of course, important for both sides in terms of setting the tempo and the pace for what's to be hopefully another entertaining half of football in Leckwith. Back it comes now. Shot on goal, perhaps taken a bit too long before he decided to take the strike. Cleared eventually, and a throw-in, luckily going Cardiff City's way. But that long throw-in has been threatening throughout the first half, but it really seems to have been capitalised upon, isn't it?
Yeah, the one thing you can say about Sheffield United, where they're finding success, is those set pieces. We've seen a couple of throw-ins, a couple of corners causing. There's a couple of problems for the City's defence, but by hook or by crook, they find a way out, clear it, and now an opportunity to launch ball upfield and try and create an attack of their own. But Sheffield United win it back straight away, and a free kick.
Referee just marking out his lines there for this free kick to be taken. Two-man wall is what City opt for. Chilibiabu standing over as one of the players, though they opt to go for the in-swinger. Higgs is there with the fist again, though. Just so keen to get off his line and make an impact on these crosses. He has been all afternoon.
As we said in the in the first half how important it was for him to get some confidence. But same at the start of the second half, you want to get an early touch and a move like that, command the area, make sure the ball is yours, and he does exactly that.
Good work there by Jake Davis, just clearing out again, making the red shirts just reset. Right, now this does look like it should be a long throw-in. Here it comes. Higgs again, not quite able to connect it as he'd liked. Danger now, but it's blocked again. Gabriel Keita just pat on the back for his teammate there. That is the downside, isn't it? When you're the keeper, if you're not quite able to make that connection, you are instantly out of position for any rebounded effort.
I think it's Trey George who got the crucial block in there, but we say about these set pieces, but that's well defended.
That's crossed in, and another header from a City centre-back. This one by Perrott, cleared only as far as twos, however, and quickly won back. Inside the area now, it's a clipped cross. Comes off Will Spears. And up for another corner kick. Really important now that City remain switched on with these set pieces coming in thick and fast. Great work there, however, by Rob Tankovic. Too slightly overcommitted, unfortunately, there. Now another cross. Outsware coming in. Higgs is up for it, though. Catches it well. Quickly looks to get off his line and clear it. He's gone long towards Tankovic, who made some good yards there. Nonetheless, ball is out for a throw-in to the Bluebirds on the halfway line exactly.
I think the Sheffield United captain might be lucky to get away kicking the ball away there. City were appealing, but no, really good kick out from Higgs, and had both Tankovic and Pearce running after it, and luckily for City, a defence in an error in the Sheffield United back line allows them to win the ball back, and again, another good place for them to have a throw in here, high up the field.
City really just kind of switched on, I think, just territorially, aren't they? Just making ground, alleviating that pressure. Perhaps in a bit less of a rush to actually take this throw in. Got their lead, they need a bit of a breather perhaps after the last 2 or 3 minutes. Battle here towards the goal line. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, even this early in the second half, it's important to have that bit of game know-how, a bit of the common sense, a bit of street smarts about you. And if City can show that in this first game of the season against a very difficult opponent, it'll only serve them well for the rest of the campaign.
Flicked on header there. Picked up by Higgs. Thanks in no small part to Jack Thomas just ushering him on towards him. We've gone short. Hit to Spears. Now across to Jack Thomas. Cuts in before finding Bono on the left. Now inwards have swapped their positions ever so slightly. It's a misplaced pass, but that doesn't matter because it's latched onto and placed forward for Luke Pearce. But again, linesman's flag is up. How narrow a call will this be?
Oh,
that seems to be, I would say it seems to be an incorrect call.
I don't want to come across as biased again, but again, we can only see the one angle, but even then it looks...
It's fairly clear-cut from here.
I'll let you say that, and I'll just agree with you. But again, Luke Pearce again offering himself, making a run. Teammates finding him. But Sheffield United on the attack here.
It's good link-up play going forwards. That's drilled across the face of goal. Wisely left by Jack Thomas, it must be said. It's a quick look around. Oh, and that's cleared properly, isn't it? Good effort there by Rob Tankovic, trying to find the A4-232.
That's what you like to see early on. Just proper clearance. No messing about from Rob Tankovic. But another long throw here, Sheffield United. We've seen a couple of these challenge the City defence, especially in the second half alone. And another one gets launched in. That's a really good header away from Jack Thomas. Block there. We've got three City bodies down. We've got definitely two down. Jack Thomas, I can't make out who the second one is, but definitely just seemed like mid-air collision between Jack Thomas and Troy Parrott. They're both back on their feet. Well, Jack Thomas back down. Physio waiting to see if he's needed, but both should be okay to continue. We'll have long to rest as Sheffield United. Is it a long throw or is it a corner? I think it might be another long throw into the box. We've got two more bodies down now.
Will Spears and JT, it seems to be both down, requiring treatment. Again, these conditions just not terrific for longevity. Does take it out of you. Okay, so JT is back up on his feet, but it's Will Spears now.
It did take a little knock in the first half as well, didn't he, Will Spears? Which required some attention.
Of course, perhaps something we haven't spoken about so much is just that block immediately before this last moment of play ended by Gabriel Keita. Here's a threatening throw in as it was. Headed away initially, and that sits up so well. Keita just lunges into it.
Yeah, I think when you see two of your teammates go down, it might be easy to lose a bit of concentration, but Keita was alert there, making a really solid block. But again, City will have to be alert to defend another long throw.
So Will Spears, just as you can see in the frame, just kind of walking off for some off-field treatment by the looks of it, perhaps before being summoned back on by the referee. Here's that long throw in. Higgs fouled there upon claiming the ball. Bit of a cluster of bodies. Hard to make out exactly what happened. Perhaps the replay will help us with that. Yeah, it's certainly taken down. Now just let off some pressure.
Yeah, we spoke about Keita there. We haven't spoken too much about Keita and De Bono at the back. They mainly haven't had to do much. However, to have a young keeper behind you who hasn't got much 21's experience, I think they've been guiding him really well. A lot of communication between the two. Really snuffed out a lot of danger between them. So, while they may not have done much, it's because they've been so alert, so switched on, and just very good communication between the two of them.
Yeah, but by either set piece or throw in, it has been raining crosses at moments throughout this match. So I'm sure it's a comfort to Higgs that he's got the company he has with him on that back line. Now here's a chance. Lou Pearce breaks through the middle of two men and into the area he goes. Not quite able to get that one on target, unfortunately. It's on the right foot. And he's gone for that clipped kind of effort in at the far post from his perspective. Aouania just not come off as he'd liked. But nonetheless, great to see him just get through and making those challenges happen. Now Higgs called upon. Bit of a deflected pass there. But he's claimed it well. Now he rolls it out. Tankovic looks to just play in George, by the looks of it, but foul committed, and a push in the back there on Rob Tankovic, really unnecessary, it's got to be said, given he's not at all an aggressor here. Will Spears, of course, not happy with that either. don't think a push in the back is ever really justified.
Well, we saw an incident between Bayabu and Spears in the first half of pushing. It's nothing more than that. It's just first game of the season, but a yellow card there for the Sheffield United man, and Will Spears picks one up as well. So it's Sam Aston getting the booking for the Blades, and then Will Spears for the Bluebirds. Maybe a warning for everyone else, maybe, those yellow cards.
Of course, yeah, I think the referees manage the game well. When it's flared up a bit, let calmer heads prevail. Here is the push here on replay, and I think that's certainly worthy of a yellow card. Now Higgs up again. Just making it easy for himself, isn't he? So confident off his line. Ah, that's just offside.
No. Well, at least we could see that one.
That one was offside, unfortunately.
Well, again, really good collection from Higgs, and really quick distribution as well. And Rob Tankovic just a little too eager, maybe, to get beyond his man.
Yeah. Another split second, and perhaps.
And that is a late tackle. That is a very late tackle.
I'm very grateful that Will Spears is on the other side of the pitch to that one.
Although he has walked over to the referee to have a word. Well, I think I'd like to see a replay of that, because I think it might be a little fortunate. It's just a yellow card, maybe. Because that did look late.
Yeah, of course, the angle that we have is slightly blurred by the dugout. But the reaction from the rest of the players, I think, speaks volumes. And number 16, Alfie Atherton, seems to be coming onto the pitch here.
Yeah, Jack Waldron, the one to make way. Sheffield United keep it down here. And another drinks break.
15 minutes of action there, and things have been getting rather heated in the sunshine.
Certainly not been maybe the start to the second half City want. However, they have shown a lot of resilience, especially those long balls into the box, because they can wear you down time and time again. You have to give credit to the way the defence have handled it. And they have looked good on the outlet ball as well, but just where it's just making a run too early, not quite able to stick a pass down. There's promise, still promise, for this City team against an opponent that we're talking at the break. We can't seem to remember a victory over Sheffield United.
No, they're always a team that, home or away, they're a very tough opposition. And that includes at a team's level as well, of course. This is a side that I'm sure when you are regularly playing at PDL level, you do have those teams that you come up against, those players that you come up against that perhaps form a bit of a rivalry with, and perhaps that's what's happening here today, with City leading as they are.
But if City can hold on, it would be a real statement victory to open the season.
Certainly, and that's precisely what will be on their minds, I think, starting the season in the best way possible. Naturally, that disappointment from the first competitive run of fixtures this season, coming through the Nathaniel MG Cup, ending with our defeat against Cumbrian United. But for 21 football, the league is certainly something that you want to be prioritising at this point. And an opening day win in these conditions and against this opposition. Be a bit of a dream start, you'd think. And that free kick gets us back underway. Quickly won by the Blaze. Down the middle it goes. And there's a foul. No card given this time. United looking to just go on to the front foot here. But the press is good within our own half. Perrott just running around at the moment, making some hard yards. Luke Pearce dropping in. And there's Gabriel Keita. How good is that challenge there? Unfortunately, the clearance not quite as good. Back into the area we go. And somehow that has stayed out. It's come off the far post and right into Daniel Haig's hands.
Oh, that is a real deep breath moment there.
Certainly. Just what a great tackle that is here, but the clearance has not gone quite as he'd have liked by Keita. Looks as though it's across, to be honest with you, the way it's been hit. Yeah, Higgs certainly grateful, I think, to be receiving the ball into the palm of his hands and off his post.
Yeah, I thought Jack Waldron had gone off, but in fact it's number 7, Sam Koleshin, who's gone off. Jack Waldron still very much on the field and, well, almost making an impact on the field.
City now go back to De Bono. Comes off his halfway line. Got Perrott here. Into Spears. Takes a shot on the right foot. Oh, and that is close for City. That's a great chance, well worked. And Will Spears coming well out of position there onto this left-hand side. Looks like he's weighing up the shot nicely. And here's fine margins again. Just look at the space he's created for himself.
And we know what Will Spears can do from distance as well. And that will very, very close, just whistling over the bar there.
Now on this far side, Sheffield United go again. Spears stands up at the edge of his box. Forces across to go well overhit. Throw in now. City on this near side. Jack Thomas opts for De Bono. Elias goes forward to the skipper. Bit of a heavy touch, unfortunately. That doesn't matter. City just battling it out now in the middle of the park. Sheffield United do have the ball at their feet now. They're coming towards the area. Here they come. Keita just clearing nicely. Claims it seems perhaps for a penalty kick, but I really don't know where that call would come from. It's threatening here. With a corner kick, that is. Keita's done well, I think, just to make sure that he's not at all going to be called out for the foul. In swinger, and away again by Gabriel Keita.
Really making an impact at the start of this second half, Keita. Some really strong tackling, aerial prowess there.
Yeah, Sheffield United have certainly demanded a lot physically. That seems to be the way that they're looking to try and batter down the doors, as it were. But the defensive partnership in the middle has been very solid so far and stood up to that challenge.
Unlucky again, Jake Davis. A really good quick clearance from Higgs. Again, Jake Davis just can't quite bring it down enough. But again, we talk about that outlet. We've talked about it from minute one. And it's there again, even this late into a game.
Now they go long down this near side from the throw-in. If it comes to the substitute, Bono just clears it. We go again, perhaps another long throw. Sam Aston as ever. Beyond the grasp of Higgs though. But Cater's there with the cross just to clear it once more.
Again, another one that just sort of floats in there, evades everyone in both blue and red and white. But eventually City do clear once again. It may not be pretty, but City are dealing with it.
As the case so far, of course. Now they look to break. Jake Davis now. Opts to just hold it up. Tricky feet there from the forward. Lofts it forward to Perrott. He's got the option of the cross perhaps. Puts it onto his right. Davis again goes for the shot. Perhaps caught in two minds between curling at Goldwood and going for the cross towards that back post where Luke Pearce would be waiting.
Had the hallmarks of a trademark breakaway, that. Really quick play. And again, like Will Spears, we know Jake Davis can hit them from range. And yeah, definitely seemed to be caught in two minds. The ball goes like, he's got numbers there. Pearce calling for it at the back stick. And yeah, Davis must have seen him and then didn't know what to do at the moment.
Higgs pressed, got the ball running towards him and kicks it long. Battle on this near side now. Perrott comes on top. Pass it back to Thomas. Great work from him. Wins the foul in the process. Delphi Atherton bringing him down. Now Luke Pearce is battling. He's won it there. Bit of a coming together, but no foul given. Well done by Tankovic. Caught his keeper off the line, goes for it. Oh, again, just whistles over the bar. Right idea, sat up nicely for him. Keeper Thomas Betts as well off his line as well.
It's another sign of the confidence Tankovic has. We can see he's really grown into this game, and yeah, when you see the keeper off the line like that, why not?
Yeah, here we have it, and it's another unforced error. Look at this, just stepping in. Goes for it right away. Definitely the best option, I think. Slightly overhit, however. Higgs now to De Bono. To JT on the near side. Perrott back to JT. Runs in and crosses the field towards Will Spears. Brings it down neatly enough. Back to twos. Upwards to Tankovic at the end of the area here. On his left foot. Goes across the field of play towards Jake Davis. Nice sliding tackle there. Dispossesses him, however. As they look to break, De Bono in a foot race. Back towards his area. Oh, and that's squeezed in for the leveller. That's an unfortunate one.
Yeah, well, it really seemed to have come from nothing there.
Yeah, City on top only seconds before, and it's that slide tackle that ultimately makes it. One ball forward. City have been undone there. Just on the near post, on the near side by the number 9, Jevon Beattie. Frustrating for City. Level now. As Manny Barton enters the fray.
Frustrating for City because it was an avoidable one, but they'll pick themselves up, go back again.
Precisely that. It's just one mistake, really. Now the Blaze have the ball again. Look to go forward with a repeat of that long ball. It's not to be this time. JT towards Troy. He's broken the line here. Left-footed cross. Here we go. Oh, it's just cut out nicely, it's got to be said. Manny Barton here, squaring up a shot perhaps. Oh, just straight down the throat of the keeper. But a good effort. Good intent from City only a moment after conceding that equaliser. Bonner limps it forward now, off his head, towards Luke Pearce. JT clips forward again. Nothing in it, says the referee, as Tankovic wins the ball. Trip out, back to Tankovic. Barton switched on now. He's got the ball on this near side for a throw-in. Back to Jack Thomas. Left-footed goes across towards Gabriel Keita. Keita, and now into Spears we go. On this right-hand side, we look to break into the area. Proper battle again going on here. It's picked up in the end by a red shirt. Now they look to counter. But it's cut out right away by Cody Twos with Manny Barton. Loads of space on this left-hand side. If Troy Perrott can find him, onwards he goes. Cuts in. He's dispossessed.
You see the Sheffield United defenders swarming round Manny Barton. We know what he can do.
Still got the ball though, hasn't he? Dispossessed, however. Just not able to get away as quickly as he'd like.
It's all getting a little frantic.
Yeah. Yellow card for Tankovic. Can't say he's got much of the ball there. Yellow card probably deserved. There's that chance. Yeah, just it's the right idea. The ball, again, it's gone just behind Barton. If it'd gone in front of him, be able to run onto it. Instead, he's having to hook it off his right foot and onto the left, but allows him to be dispossessed. But some really physical battling going on here.
Especially late in the game, and he's still sweltering here down in Leckwith. Into the final quarter of an hour. A bit of a late challenge there from Robert Tankovic, but well, we know still over a quarter of an hour to go. Still up for grabs.
Just off to get the ball, I think. Hopefully City can just pick up that pressure that they had so well towards the end of the first half. Free kick now at this near side for the visitors. Certainly appears to be going long, and that it is. Lofted forwards, again on the near side, but right out for a throw-in. Jack Thomas goes forward. On this near side now, the visitors again looking to build as they get into the area, but it's cut out again by Twos. Leggy perhaps looking to get away, but eventually dispossessed, and again going in towards this area. Cross is missed. Jack Thomas finds Barton on this near side. 3 red shirts around him. Finds Thomas, who puts it forward. And again now, Sheffield United have the ball. De Bono there, standing up well, wins the ball. Off to Barton, in turn to Perrott. Quick 1-2. It's out for a throw-in for the Bluebirds. Manny finds Stankovic. Who appears to be in a bit of discomfort there, having reached out for that laid-off ball. While the visitors come forward again into the area. It's gone wide, however, that shot. Bouncing off the post behind the goal post.
Yeah, certainly. For a minute, I thought he went in, but Luke Pearce certainly went down. We'd hear him yell as he went down. Physio hasn't been called on yet, but whether he's just out-muscled or not. But City have kicked off from the goal kick, and Pearce in an offside position as he just recovers from that knock.
Yeah, hopefully when he's able to walk off, seems to be trying that at the moment. Still got 10 minutes left of running in it, I'm sure. Across now, a shot again for the visitors, but it's blocked well. In fact, a goal kick awarded.
Gabby Cater again. A superb block, comes back, sticks out a leg, and definitely a goal kick there.
Yeah, I think he gets that first touch, doesn't he, which makes the forward just get his shot completely off and wayward. Higgs now got his options. Goes back towards De Bono. Forwards to Thomas, latches onto it. Forward again, but it's cut out. Well read, it's got to be said. And 2's there to clear up. With another throw in now for the visitors now.
Cody Tooze has done a lot of running today, and even when he's lost a pass or lost out on a tackle, he's always straight back up, ready for the next one. More often than not on the second one, he wins the ball and sets up an attack for City.
Forward it goes. Tries the spectacular, but it doesn't quite come off there. Lead backwards, and it's a foul. Cardiff City do have the ball. Troy Perrett's ready. Clips it long. Trey George now in a bit of a foot race. Coming together between the two players, but the ball is dead. It's not going to run out for a goal kick. Now on the far side, Sheffield United just recycle. Hoist it forward once again. Bit of a battle there in the middle of the park. Now Cater's up against it. 2v2. Higgs is out, however. Really well read by the keeper. Knows when to get involved, doesn't he?
Definitely. It was almost very similar to that first Sheffield United goal. Just long ball over the top. City defence can't maybe lose their bearings just ever so slightly. But Higgs again this afternoon, out of his goal early, ready to claim any cross that comes his way. And it has been a very impressive game for Dan Higgs in the net.
Good work there by Thomas just to slide in, get enough on the ball. Cater again, can only clear so far, however. Sheffield United look to go again, edge of the box. Clipped in, across the face of goal, just wide of that far post, and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Biabu has been a real problem for City all day, whether it's defending and then a rare attack from him there. Tries to find a teammate, but no one in a red and white shirt ready to attack the 6-yard box, and that's fine for Dan Higgs and co in the defence.
Of course, he has got a new opponent with Josh Beecher being on rather than Will Spears. Fresh legs for Josh, no doubt. And Troy just pulled back there for a free kick, I think. Yellow card for Troy. Bit of a grab after. Now, Samuel Aston, who's been in charge of a lot of the long throw-ins this afternoon, looks to deliver across, it seems. An outswinger on that right foot. A little over 5 minutes of regular time remaining here. And goes across. Headed away, however, and back in. And out, so now City look to break here if they can manage it. Fortunately, it's not quite worked out. Sheffield United just done just enough to stop a counter and go again. Beecher's done well there. Battling, gives up the free kick, however.
We talked earlier in the half about City needing to have the right know-how, right common sense, and in these closing stages now against a team that like to put it forward, like to put it in the air, it's the moments you really got to concentrate. I thought Josh Beecher did really well there, but just lost out in that little moment, and now another chance for the Blades to put a ball into the box.
This will be an in-swinger. Dangerous, you'd imagine, for City Persuasion. Well, that header's been absolutely miss-hit, let's say.
Yeah, was he just trying to flick it on and it went wrong?
Perhaps he didn't see it coming his way entirely. It seems to have
Come off the back of his shoulder maybe in there, but
all the better for us. City now with the ball at their feet. What can they do with this slow amount of possession they have been afforded? Unfortunately, just dispossessed here. It's a good chance now for the visitors. Bono does just enough when his man cuts in. Parrott finds Stankovic in acres of space in the middle of the park. He goes wide, but it's not got the kill on it to meet Beecher.
no moment there, just caught in two minds. There's Josh Beecher coming onto it, Manny Barton making a run down, and it's caught in the middle, puts it between them. Allow Sheffield United to spring another attack.
Now here's a substitute, Alfreton. But Twos is there again to clean up, as he has done all afternoon, really. And wins a throw-in. Now Jack Thomas seems to be lining it up to go long. See what he's got in his locker. And up it goes. Tankovic's looking there. Wins it. Plays through towards Barton. Controls it well, Barton. Wins the foul nicely, it's got to be said. Does well there with that first touch, doesn't he? Just like kind of kills the ball dead rather than over hitting it and then having to chase it himself. Lets his teammates catch up to the ball before bursting forward himself. That ball through from Luke Pearce is terrific as well.
Definitely, but when Martin gets that control, he does have that explosive speed. He can just get out of nowhere into a bit of space, and he's so hard to catch in moments like that, and that's why the Sheffield United defender had to foul him in that situation. And a really good opportunity late on now for City to perhaps try and win the game.
It's a good distance out, of course. Options galore as both stand over it. Tankovic steps up, however. Goes for it and it's gone, just wide. Keeper looked to perhaps have it covered. Certainly can't fault the effort.
Definitely not. And again, there's another one where it was similar at the other end where I thought it might have just crept in, but no, hits the stanchion behind the goal.
High ball brought down. Lifted forward for Jack Thomas to try and defend here. Does so. It's a goal kick for Cardiff City. Thomas has done his job well. Here's another look at that free kick. Plenty of red shirts in that wall. Beaten the wall, but he's not quite got it on target. Now Beecher looking to dispossess his man. They reset. Atherton on this near side. Towards Waldron. Waldron back to Atherton. He's held up by Perrott, doing a lot of defensive work as well. Really has contributed all around the pitch, I think, so far this afternoon with only a few minutes left.
It's one of just many City players who just have not stopped working at all throughout this 90-minute period. And now, as we almost enter stoppage time, just concentrating for just that little bit more now. Hold out for what would be, I think, a good point to start the season.
On reflection, I think a point is certainly not a bad way to start. Based on the performance of both teams, it really has been a heart-forward competition. Now there's Pearce. Looks to hold it up. Keeps it in fact. Or rather not. Very delayed again by the linesman there.
There's no VAR. They don't have to delay. They can just do it straight away, but...
Thomas has to stand up to it, and that half volley has gone wide between Thomas and Higgs. I believe that would have been all right and well covered, but nonetheless these late chances don't half get the heart rating.
Absolutely. Imagine there'd be a fair chunk of added time at the end of the half, with a couple of players going down, a couple of bookings, a couple of substitutions. City still pressing hard here. Tankovic. Oh, really good ball. Troy Parrott just can't quite get there in time, but really good vision from Tankovic yet again. Trying to bring teammates into play, and Parrott is almost the benefactor of that long ball. And another chance for City.
Now here we come. Perhaps a last roll of the dice for the Bluebirds. Barton goes in towards that back post, but again it's held up. Oh, how close is that? For Pearce, he is cutting a rather frustrated figure at the moment.
There's an appeal for handball there from some City players.
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, much as I'd like to claim for one myself. Now in comes that long throw. Missed everybody inside the area. Perrott's got it on this near side. Right away, Jack Thomas hops it in. Oh, that is so very close to Trey George just being able to put that one away. It's a great cross by Thomas.
Seems to almost catch Trey George by surprise that it gets to him.
Really has, isn't it? It's caught him on the chest. And there we have it for full time. End of the first fixture of the PDL campaign for Cardiff City under-21s. Final score here is Cardiff City 1, Sheffield United 1. I think a fair reflection overall of the performance we've seen here today.
Yeah, definitely. I think you can call that a textbook game of two halves. That I thought City were really impressive in the first half, the way they triggered the press, the way they pushed forward. Troy Parrott getting a goal, and ultimately probably should have had another if the assistant had kept his flag down. But in the second half, Sheffield United came out the traps really well. Got their equaliser with a long ball over the top. City will be disappointed with the way that went in. But on reflection, a point each, definitely the right result.
Now, of course, if you would like to join us later on Cardiff City TV, we will be covering the Carabao Cup fixture between Cardiff City and Swindon Town, played at CCS. Kick-off at 7:45 tonight. Audio coverage available worldwide for those City supporters wishing to tune in. I look forward to seeing you there. And in the meantime, thank you for joining us. Have a good rest of your afternoon.